Namaste and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena. Today I will discuss about different stages of cyber attack. Guys, share this cybersecurity series with your friends that can change their life. They can also understand the cybersecurity in a wonderful way. Okay, so just share as much as possible with your friends. So let's start our today's session. We are fighting against cyber attacks. Okay, so this is cyber war. Those who are able to understand their enemy and their moves, what they are doing, what they will be take the next step, what steps they just take to perform the attack. If we understand these things in advance, we can defeat our enemy. Okay, and even we can limit the damage of attack. Okay, and we can save our valuable data, different resources in our organization, even on personal resources we can use. So how the attackers are thinking when they perform different type of attacks? There are different stages when an attacker are performing an attack. Okay, first of all, they will decide what is their motive, what they want to achieve from the attack, what they are going to perform, whether that's monetary, whether that's just to political way of doing things, or whether they want to take revenge, or want to damage somebody. Okay, so first they will decide whatever is their motive, and after that they will find out who is their target, whether that's a company, organization, or a person, individual person. They just will target it, and after deciding these things, their objective, whom they are going to target, then they will collect as much as the information from their target. Either that can be, they can select that information from the publicly available website. It can be on Facebook, on the website of the company, or on the job portal, or on the LinkedIn, on different one. Okay, or they can run the different queries like who is, or just when the when that particular website registered, what is their address, phone numbers, lot of information they can collect. That's the passively they are doing, because they are not directly interacting with the target. When they are just collecting the information regarding their target, directly contacted with it, whether that's they are just with the social engineering, just talking on the phone, or just sending emails, or using different tools like Nmap, okay, Nessus, different tools they can use to collect the information about their target. Okay, why they are doing all these things? Because they want to know what type of vulnerability exists in their system, in their network, on their servers, so that without patched vulnerability they can exploit. That can be zero-day attack. Okay, maybe the victim didn't perform the patch, or the patch are not available. Even the vendor doesn't know what this kind of vulnerability exists. So this is the best time of the attacker, because now at that time no patch available in the on the market. Clear? So after just collecting that information, if this particular vulnerability exists on their system, then they just create their weapon. Weapon means they just they will create their particular malware for that vulnerability, which they just find out from during the reconnaissance. Okay, once they will create that weapon, they will think what are the way they are going to use to deliver that vulnerabilities or weapon on the system of the target so that they can combine with the vulnerabilities and that weapon to to exploit it. Okay, so how they will deliver? They can deliver it via the email, mail advertisement, or they can combine that malicious program with the legitimate software, so that once the target will download it and run on their system, that can be installed over there. Okay, or that can be USB. Clear? So there are the number of ways they can choose to send that malicious program over the target machine. Okay, once that weapon delivered on the target machine, they will just trigger it, they exploit it. Okay, and whatever the information, maximum information, because now they are inside the network, so they will just try to collect more and more information, what type of different vulnerability exists on the rest of the network. Okay, and then they will also install more programs. They will make some changes in the registries so that next time when the device will reload, so automatically that program whatever they install, that also starts. Clear? So after just installing another supportive tools which can give them more control over the system or over the network of the victim, and remotely they can control it, so just they can give command and control. Okay, and they will also create a path or backdoor, so that whenever they want they can come back to that system and can do whatever they want, or just they want to steal the information or want to make some changes, and they will do in a way that it will be very hard for detecting by the security devices or the security services which we are using. Okay, so generally as per the report generated by IBM, 191 days it just for example, once the attack will happen on the system, so just to detect average time is 191 days. It's huge. So they are using different techniques to hide themselves. Okay, and in the next stage, because now the system of the victim is totally controlled under the attackers, and now attacker can exfiltrate whatever the document they want to steal from the target machine. Okay, and just because different companies are using number of highly sophisticated software devices or appliances, so it's not easy to just hide themselves from those devices. So what they do, they will not use the state path. Sometime they use different protocol which is this legitimate protocol, so the security appliances are not blocking it. For example, say DNS. So whatever the secret document they are planning to exfiltrate from the target machine, they can send in small pieces with the help of the DNS queries. Okay, so whatever the security devices over there, they will think yes, this is the normal legitimate traffic and let it go, and in this way they can get that information, can store whatever the server they have planted during their attack, and can collect that information from over there. Okay, so in this way the attacker perform different attacks on different stages. For the cyber security point of view, why we need to discuss all these things? Because we need to protect our system at every level, defense in depth. Okay, like on reconnaissance, we should not available so much information over the public network. So if we have so much information on public network, attackers can collect that information and can use against ourselves. Okay, and so if we just passed our program regularly, and if we are not using the software which are not from authentic vendors, definitely we are not leaving any space for the vulnerabilities. Okay, so just we need to think, and at the delivery level, for example, whatever the emails we are receiving, we are having awareness, yes, this kind of email is not from our known network, okay, or from this email is looking like a phishing email, so I'm not going to click on. So the awareness should be there. Okay, and once the exploitation happen, our security products, whatever we have installed on our systems, they, if they are sending some notification, we should not ignore it. We should just have a look at what type of notifications we are receiving and what that's saying. So awareness should be there, and before installing any software or even any new program or downloading some files, we can disable the macros on our systems, or office macros we can say. So we are not leaving space for the hackers to install the malicious traffic. And on the nowadays, on next generation firewalls are having wonderful functionality, they are not allowing command and control. Okay, and if our security device is showing us, yes, for example, just I gave you the example of the DNS queries. DNS query is a very small size, but if we see, yes, the huge data is going through with the help of normal legitimate queries, that means something wrong. Some information which should not be in that much big size by the specific protocol, we should just have a look inside it, yes, there is something wrong, and just read those logs properly. Okay, so this model give us, this is kill chain give us opportunity to break down the progress of different stages of the attack. Okay, so we need to perform our system, our policies, our devices up to the mark. We need to do lot of things to defend the attackers. Okay, so just let's have a discuss on one of the attack that I have done here. Okay, so there are three machines. For example, one is the inside, which is having a secret document. Okay, that's on local network, and one of the DMZ server of a company. So that's on, why that's on demilitarized zone, because this is on the separate network, so that it is publicly available, because that's, you can see here we are using public IP addresses, and the hackers is on internet, and they, for example, they are using Kali Linux. So what is the motive of the hacker right now here? They want to steal the secret document which is inside the company of that victim machine. So directly hacker cannot attack on this machine, because this is on the private network. So first of all, what hackers will do, hacker will perform an attack over this vulnerable server. They will just try to find out what type of vulnerabilities that exist over there. For example, with the help of Nmap, they find out, yes, there is a vulnerability related to for example FTP. Okay, and they just create some kind of attack so that they can use to exploit that vulnerabilities. And once they will get control over that DMZ server, they will access the root login, and after that, using that root logins, they will just try to enter over the inside machine which is in the local network, because that's connected with the security devices, firewalls. That's the security onion is used here, and then after getting the username and password of that inside machine, victim machine, they will get that information, secret document out of the victim machine. Okay, so let's just have how just he found all this information. So with the help of nmap command, he just tried to find out is there any vulnerability that related to FTP exist, and just stored that information, whatever the output nmap just received, saved in ftpd.txt, and then you can see here hacker found the vulnerability that's related to FTP. Okay, and with the help of MSF console, he just used that vulnerability and exploit it with the help of Kali Linux. Okay, so attackers perform attack. First it will collect that information about the environment, okay, and then using those vulnerability whatever he received, and against those vulnerability design a weapon and then exploit it. Okay, so guys, you can follow me on the page Cybersecurity Prism, so that Facebook will send you the notification for the next live session, and you can also follow me on the page on the group. Okay, over there you can join the group and you can share your thoughts, your posts. Okay, and in the next session I will discuss about why do hackers love cookies. This is not like we are eating the cookies. These are the cookies when we are accessing websites, and how those cookies can be used by the attackers. Okay, so stay safe. Namaste. See you in the next session.